What's up, yo? Welcome back to the channel, Better Call Saul, Season 4, Episode 4.
That's really loud.
Apparently, because the cat just took off as well.
Jesus.
This episode is called Talk, and I'm only going to assume that Jimmy and Kim are going to have a talk. Because that episode wrapped up with Kim basically storming away, crying, while Jimmy showed literally no emotion, gave two shits.
Legit.
While reading the letter.
Didn't give two shits.
Yeah, while reading the letter that Chuck wrote him. Whoever the hell knows when that was written. But, you know, like we had kind of mentioned.
Resume.
As we kind of mentioned before, like, the dude's a planner. Like, he could have been planning for his will and his death for a long time. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense that he would have stuff like that prepared. But, yeah, it could have been, like, Jimmy was in the mailroom when, like, the relationship was good and Jimmy wasn't a lawyer and, like, whatever.
Maybe
like,
they just have those things drawn up. Like, just, I don't know.
Maybe. Or just they were in a moment of a good relationship and things were going well and he had nice things to say. Who knows? I don't know if we're going to find out when it was written. But this situation, like, I know we keep talking about Kim and feeling worried about Kim, but Kim has so much going on right now between trying to deal with Jimmy and his lack of grieving and his lack of just empathy for the death of his brother.
Yeah.
Probably primarily because of the last conversation he had with Chuck and the whole thing with Howard.
Yeah. That,
like, you know, that's your weight to bear. Like, what?
Yeah.
She had her own crazy accident, which I would still have to imagine she's recovering from. And then she had that whole moment where she was, like, in this room of models looking at all the Mesa Verde potential banks, and that shit just looked overwhelming. Yeah, exactly. Like, it looked very overwhelming. And she's just got a lot of stress, it feels like, building right now. And I hope that she kind of gives Jimmy the same conversation she gave Howard, just to kind of maybe, like, I don't know how he would respond to that right now.
He has a respect for Kim, so I feel like, I don't know, maybe it would be okay.
But he's also in, like, a really dark place right now, like, shit and gold. And I know he loves her. I know they've got a good relationship, and I wouldn't expect him to respond negatively to her. But on the flip side, I actually wouldn't be surprised if he was just like, whatever, I'm walking out. And just, like, goes for a drive or something. And, like...
But then he wouldn't have a place to live. So he's kind of, in a way, I feel like, using Kim.
I hope it's not to the level of using, but...
But he kind of is. He may not think that he is, but he kind of is.
Yeah, that whole situation feels dicey, and I hope Kim, like I said, I hope she gives it to Jimmy, because Jimmy kind of needs it right now, and... Yeah, I'm really interested. Like, he's like really, really hard character to read because he legit doesn't really show anything.
No, right.
He doesn't show anything, so it's almost like you got to interpret everything that's going on, and he doesn't talk. Maybe he'll share some shit in this episode with this being called Talk, but, you know, that whole situation's wild, and then we've got friggin' Nacho, who got shot twice to stage a gang... whatever, and that whole situation really sucked.
Cartel grievance issue.
That was brutal.
Dispute.
That was absolutely brutal. He went and saw the vet, and he was like, don't ever come back ever again. This gangster shit is way too hot for me, and like that... I definitely don't feel good for Nacho. That's for damn sure.
I feel really bad for the gang. That's a scary situation.
Yeah, I mean, they've written him up for us to feel empathy for him and to actually, like, oh, he's one of those bad guys that you kind of want to root for. You kind of feel bad for him. And, like, his situation just got flipped upside down on him, and, like, the whole situation with his dad. And now he's basically the property of Gustavo Fring. And that doesn't feel... Like, obviously working for Gus has its perks, but it's like, you cross the dude, he's a scary motherfucker. Scary ass motherfucker. I love that conversation that he had with his doctor.
Right.
Where he was like, I say what Hector deserves. And it's like, dude, fuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but then it also makes you think about, like, you know, in the other show when Gus sits next to him and is like, I did this to you. Well, actually, I don't think that you did.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe you didn't do this.
Yeah, maybe you didn't. But also, he went very quickly to just box cut one of his guys' throats. So, like, dude's ruthless. He's reckless. And speaking of Gus, we got to see Gale again. Gale with the beard, working in the lab. He wants to, like, he's so giddy and excited, and he's like, Mr. Fring, this stuff sucks. Let me make it better for you. Like, that's so Gale, and I love it. It was cool to see him. It feels like, outside of, like, the real major cast, like, I feel like most of, like, the characters are have made their appearances in this show.
Yeah, it's true.
It's pretty crazy.
Yep.
There was one comment that I thought was kind of funny, like, kind of hoping that Gale would have been like, this one has chili pepper in it. That would have been really funny. Like, that would have been a really cool callback.
That would have been funny.
Would have been pretty awesome. It was pretty great to see him. There's, like, a whole bunch of shit going on. You got this drug war going on. Like, Hector's in the hospital. The twins are hanging around. This is
twins, man.
It feels like the heat's been turned up. We got Mike going to all the magical offices and, like, doing his job to better cover his tracks for when anything ever goes down. I'm like, oh yeah, I saw that. I saw him.
But as we know, that doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, so we'll see. The heat has been cranked up. I'm excited to see where this goes. Do you have any other thoughts before we jump into this?
Nope.
It's showtime, folks. It's a little guy.
Supervising.
Oh, is that when Mike did the cement for the driveway? And his boy was a kid? Yeah.
Cutie. That's sad.
Damn it, Mike.
He wanted me to talk. I talked.
You think he just, like, laid out the whole story?
Feels that way. It felt like very uncomfortable silence there.
Yeah.
And he did not look good. Shit.
James McGill.
Hi, it's Robbie Finn from CC Mobile.
Hi.
Good news. If you're still interested, we'd like to offer you a position at our Uptown branch.
He actually went in on those interviews.
James, you still there?
I'm sorry. My plans have changed. I'm not going to be able to take that job.
Sorry to hear that.
It's a real shame.
Have yourself a good day, James.
You too.
He'd rather be slipping Jimmy.
I guess.
I mean, I'm happy he actually went on the interviews.
Yeah. At least he did that part.
I was thinking that maybe you should talk to someone. I got a name. He's not far from here. I've heard good things. Thought you could give him a call.
Is it a shrink?
It works for a lot of people.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, thank you. Just have to check out my schedule and... Oh, jeez.
Awkward.
I got a job. You're looking at Albuquerque's newest mobile communications specialist. I'm a shift supervisor even. Be very impressed. Cell phone sales. I'm selling cell phones. CC Mobile. I start today.
Jimmy, that is great.
Fucking shit, dude.
Strictly gainful employment. 10 months from now, poof, I'm a lawyer again.
All right. But you'll just give him a call when you get a chance.
Why would you lie to Kim?
Absolutely.
Except to get her off his back.
And he's in a bad place right now. Fuck, Jimmy. Come on, man. She's like the one that's had your back this whole time. Don't lie to her.
Mr. Finn, James McGill, listen, I've been thinking it over, and I just can't pass up this opportunity. If the position is still open,
So now
He's willing to just go back to the job so that he doesn't have to go to a therapist.
I guess.
State versus Scotty Blakey.
Miss Wexler, do you have a matter before the court today?
No, Your Honor, just observing.
All right.
I'm Scotty Blakey, here for myself.
You're here right now because I called this case last week and you didn't show up, hence the bench warrant.
I'm doing the community service.
Judge Milsinger would like to see you in chambers at the next recess.
In the first place.
The state
was prepared to charge this case as a felony and agreed to drop it to a misdemeanor in order
Are you researching something?
No, Your Honor. Just observing.
Oh, so Howard Hamlin's fine with one of his associates just sitting around my court all day.
Actually, I left HHM. I'm a solo practitioner now.
No kidding.
I'm outside counsel for Mesa Verde.
You know what I got coming up next? I got a janitor who threw his pee on his boss. And one after that, she stabbed her boyfriend over a grilled cheese sandwich. This is the real world, Miss Wexler, and you won't find any save the broken lawyer cases in it. Don't think that you are the first to try to rediscover their love of the law by trolling my court. You're not. Best thing you can do is stick to Mesa Verde.
Okay.
Having said that, we've got perpetual PD overload. Next time I see you lurking in my court, I'm gonna put you to work.
Basically, get the fuck out of my office.
Like, does he have a problem with her? Why can't she just observe? I thought...
I don't know.
That's very odd to me. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Before we get started, I'll address defense's motion to disqualify opposing counsel.
She's like, I don't give two shits what you say, motherfucker.
She's allowed to observe, right?
I feel like you are. I feel like you don't have to.
Isn't that how young, up-and-coming lawyers are supposed to learn shit?
Right?
That's what Vinny taught me.
My cousin Vinny.
I've been thinking about reaching out to Henry.
Henry's fine. That dead wife he's always talking about never existed.
Oh, God.
What are you talking about?
It's an act.
Why would you even say that?
The guy's story changes every time he tells it.
Really? No, I don't think so.
Their romantic night at the Cubs game, their first kiss,
Yeah?
never happened.
You can't know that.
Wrigley Field didn't get lights until '88. There were no night games before then. None of his details add up.
Why would anyone make up a story like that?
Okay.
Do not bullshit Mike, ever.
No.
Watch him. He's got a tell, like a bad poker player. When he's lying, he rubs his wrist.
Okay. You want to put your money where your mouth is?
Oh, damn.
You
Now I
gonna
got
come to
bets.
group tonight?
Make it interesting.
All right. $10 says that when he talks about Judy, different story.
All right, you're on.
Dude, Mike's like fucking Superman. Like, he'll see straight through that shit.
Yeah. Oh, here we go, Jimmy.
Is this why he has so many cell phones?
Oh, yeah. This is where he gets the Hello Kitty one?
He has like, he opens a drawer, he's got 30 cell phones.
Right.
He's bored out of his fucking mind.
I would be too.
I trust you being bored more than Jimmy being bored.
Do you, though? Side note, most fun job, most boring job I ever had was working at the public storage. The golf carts at the public storage were bomb, especially when it rains, yo. Oh.
Alright, well, Nacho looks a little healthier.
A little bit. He still looks pretty rough.
Sí, ese recuerdo las ventanas polarizadas. Esto debe ser que nos sacó de la carretera. Este lugar es una fortaleza. Vamos a necesitar más gente. Puedo traer a Domingo y Javier y sus hombres. Los juntamos y los atacamos esta noche.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're like, nah, I'm not gonna wait for tonight. I'm gonna do it right now.
Dude, these dudes are crazy.
They are.
Oh, shit, dude. Man. Nacho's like, we need a fucking crew. These guys are like, no.
Fucking Salamancas.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
Nacho, get down, please. Can you get the fuck down? Is there somebody gonna come up behind him? Oh my god.
Oh shit.
What are you gonna do? You can't even use your arm. Oh, this is nuts. I mean, if you shoot, you better fucking not miss.
Oh shit. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Dude, they're like fucking Terminators.
They are.
I mean, spoiler alert, they don't die right now.
¡Ríndanse, güeyes! ¡Es la única forma de que salgan vivos!
Fucking Nacho.
Oh, that thing's gonna pull out a fucking grenade or something. Oh my god, he's open. Oh shit.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Kind of ruined your suit there, guy. Just fucking nods at him. Holy shit.
But I mean, at least they know that Nacho is with them, right?
Those fools wiped out all of those people. Don't fuck with the twins. Wow. That was insane.
Yeah.
We cleared out the Espinosas. They're all done.
And the Salamanca brothers?
Marco took a hit, but he'll pull through. They went back south until the heat dies down. It's territory, isn't it? Cartel can't give it to the Salamancas, so I think they gave it to you.
Get some rest.
Oh god.
You have more to do.
Never know what the fuck's gonna come out of Gus's mouth when he's in that moment.
It's a service to the people.
Today, I got up and I took a shower. Kaylee woke up on her own and got herself ready for school. It was just a regular morning. I made French toast for breakfast. And we talked about the self-pacing toothbrush she's making for the science fair. I took her to school and went to work, and then I realized it. I don't know why I noticed it just then, but I hadn't thought about Maddie all morning. When I was making French toast, why didn't I remember that it's his favorite? I think about Maddie every single time I make breakfast, but not today. I mean, what if I lose the sound of his voice? What if I forget him completely?
Mike's getting really upset.
A lot of us in this room have felt the same things you're talking about.
I know I have.
Uh-oh. This is gonna be bad. Because Mike's gonna be pissed.
Trying to get there, you know, to live in the here and now. I know that's what Judy would have wanted, but it's hard.
Look. Mike, you have something you want to add?
You don't want to hear what I have to say.
We're ready if you are.
Huh?
Uh-oh.
This guy was never married.
What are you talking about? Mike, now, you know the rules.
Yeah, I know your rules. He's been coming in here for months, selling you a bill of goods, getting you all misty-eyed and loving every minute of it. So I'll go to the public library and I'll get the papers from 1997 and I'll run a search on Judy DeVore. Tell me I'll find her obituary. Come on, Henry. Let's look at the papers, see if the math works.
Come on, Mike.
She's not there, is she? Come on, say it. You have no shame.
Wow, dude.
Called it.
He came to the right place, didn't he? He knew you wouldn't notice, and you didn't. All wrapped up in your sad little stories, feeding off each other's misery. You wanted me to talk. I talked.
Yeah, that's why it seemed like an uncomfortable silence.
Yep.
Shit, he freaking nailed that shit, though. I didn't think he was gonna friggin' put him on blast like that.
I did not either. But like when she's talking about his son, Puts him in a different place.
Yeah. Because they're dealing with real shit. And this dude's making up shit.
For sympathy.
Dios mío. Mijo, ¿qué han hecho?
Estoy bien. Puedo descansar aquí por un ratito.
How do you turn your baby away when he's hurt?
What's that say?
38 degrees? Should be 35. Must have come in set wrong.
Goes out set right.
Manifest doesn't say anything about... Yeah. We'll fix that.
He wants to see you tonight.
Oh, yeah, his friend.
Hey, whoa, this is more than we talked about.
Yeah, Bavarian boy made quite a splash at the Collectibles Expo. Bidding war.
Fuck.
Well, you could have kept most of this. I would have never known the difference.
Yeah, well, you could have left me high and dry. I'm liking this Hummel thing. Got any more where that came from?
No, not really. We're gonna do this again. I'll find something.
Sounds good. Call the vet. New job, new phone. You never know who's listening.
I've got a job where I can get lots of phones.
Yeah.
This is like his new partner in crime now.
Right? God.
You got to turn off the fear while you're down here alone about things that can go wrong. Holding you dear.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
I would not be okay with that sign as the owner of that business. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Feels like a light bulb went off for something that he can do.
Right.
You want to see me? Here I am.
In order for our arrangement to continue, there is a matter we need to discuss. Do you have something to tell me? If you do, you would be well advised to do so.
Nacho Varga. I wondered when you were going to get around to this.
You came to me. You asked for a favor. You looked me in the eye. You shook my hand. And all the while, you knew Varga was moving against my interests.
I said I wouldn't kill Salamanca. I never promised to be his bodyguard. So, what now? You gonna make a move, you better make it.
I love Mike so much.
But they're not gonna, are they? You brought me here because you haven't asked. So why don't you stop running a game on me and just tell me about the job?
Oh, shit. So what the hell do you think Gus is gonna ask Mike to... Is he gonna have to take out Nacho for this?
Oh, shit.
Because he's not happy that Hector's in the state that he's in.
No.
And Mike didn't tell him the truth about it. So he's gonna use Nacho as like, all right, Mike, someone's going to be punished because of your actions type of thing?
Probably. I mean, to be honest.
That's what feels like is coming.
But it puts Mike in a bad situation. It puts Nacho in a really, really bad situation. But I feel like Nacho's gonna die anyways. Because he's like in really bad shape. But like...
He's not getting the proper medical care that he needs. No. Not even close.
He probably needs like bags of blood. He needs fluids. He needs...
Yeah, he's in like even...
Stitches.
Even just sitting on
bleeding.
sitting on his dad's... Like he had blood all over him. Like he was still bleeding a lot. I mean, he did get into a gunfight. So like... would imagine that's not good for somebody who's healing from multiple gun wounds.
Like, can we not?
But dude, that was kind of an intense Mike episode there. I thought like when they were having conversation about like him calling out the tells of that dude, I thought they were actually gonna like legit have fun with it. But then his like daughter-in-law spoke, and that triggered something in him, and he's like, fuck this guy for lying. I'm gonna put him on blast right now.
I know, when he's sitting there like, with my daughter-in-law is going through some real things. I'm going through some real things, the loss of my son. And you're gonna come in here and try to get sympathy from all of us, you little bitch.
Seriously, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
That shit is awful.
He needs to go see a psychiatrist and talk about some other issues because he clearly has something going on that he needs attention.
Making up stories and going to a group like that.
That's not, no. There's a special place in hell for you.
That ain't the way to do it. And I think that's why the dude just got up and left and stopped trying to argue.
Yeah.
He was just like, okay, I'm just gonna show myself out.
Yep.
That way right there. But like, you just saw, just Mike was just.
He'd had it. He got
like,
red.
He was getting so emotional from what she was talking about not remember, like, why didn't I remember his name while I was making his favorite breakfast? And like, if I could go hours, can I go day? Like, the idea of like forgetting the memory that's awful.
Well, I think if you've ever lost anyone, you kind of are just like, oh, I'm going to remember them forever because how could I forget them? But then you start to forget them.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a really, really, really difficult situation. And good for Mike. That guy doesn't deserve to have that group and to be there telling those lies.
Yeah.
And like to take advantage of all those people, like that sucks.
Yeah.
That is really bad. And that was like a really heavy Mike episode. He was all over this episode.
Yeah.
And like he was tearing the Madrigal trucks apart. He like points to the thing like do not stack. He's like just looks at it, he's like, I'll fix it. It's like, dude, his attention to detail is immaculate. There is no one better when it comes to attention to detail than Mike.
Well, he wants to be good at his job.
But not only that, that's why he gets sent to scenes of the crime to clean that shit up. Because when the cops show up, doesn't look like anything happened. He's the cleaner.
Thing. Not a damn thing.
Yeah, like he's so good about detail. It's so insane. He's literally Superman with his eyesight. He'll see through your bullshit and he'll see all the problems in a room. Wait, that's illegal. Get rid of it. Like the first time we met him when he was doing Jesse's apartment. Like, that was intense as hell.
No.
And he just friggin' came in and claimed that shit like nothing had ever happened there. This dude, like, he probably should have died right there.
I mean,
if Gus didn't respect him, he'd be dead for sure.
100%. I mean, Victor's standing right behind the dude.
Yeah. Victor wasn't standing there on accident. No. They've got their little formation. Yeah. Like, they're always in like the same spots. Like, clearly Victor's like the main killer.
I know. It's like, hi.
Yeah. Gus just like gives him like a nod. It's like, all right, you're done. Yeah. But like, there's obviously, if you've seen the other show, it doesn't happen that way. But like, Gus has such a level of respect. Like, even when he was talking to Lydia, he's like, just give him a fucking badge. Like, I don't want to hear this bullshit.
I know. Like, there should be no discussion. Just, he's going to fucking do this shit. Just give him the fucking badge. Yo.
So, like, Gus clearly, like, latched on to Mike real early on based off of their interactions. And even from not their interactions, from him just watching him. Like, the relationship is already really strong. And anybody else probably would have just been taken out in that moment right there. He's like, especially with the way that he's talked about Hector. He's like, you knew this dude was trying to take my guy out that I'm going to be responsible for, and you let it happen, and you lied to me, you didn't tell me shit.
I mean, that's on a need-to-know basis, and you didn't need to know.
I think I would tell Gus Fring. If that was... especially after the conversation that they had about friggin' Hector.
But I feel like... I feel like Mike was, watching out for Nacho, because Nacho...
And maybe a little bit of himself.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole situation, and I feel like Nacho's just gonna get the shit end. Like,
seems like Nacho always gets the shit.
He's like pretty fucked, and it's really sad. Fucking Jimmy.
Is the man listening? Privacy sold here?
Like,
the fuck?
Like, if I showed up to my store and some random weird message was written on my store, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, that all needs to come down right now.
He had a little moment. He's like basically signaling all the people, hey, you need a cell phone for illegal activity? Come to this guy. The criminal salesman. He's not a criminal lawyer yet. He's going to be the criminal cell phone salesman.
True that.
And that's obviously where he gets all his, like, it's obviously where he gets his cell phone. I was totally waiting for the Hello Kitty thing to pop up.
I know. I need to see it. I need it.
He's in a really, like, you just see the spiral just playing out in, like, slow motion almost.
Yeah.
Like, you just see it happening. It's like, instead of going to get help, like Kim asked, he decided to take this bullshit job that he doesn't want. And it's like, dude, just go get help. Just go get help. And,
I know.
Like, I mean, I guess he didn't lie to Kim because he got the job and then he took it back. But, like, in that moment, I'm like, be honest with her, dude.
I don't think he's capable of being honest. To be honest.
Like, if he can't be honest with Kim, like, yeah. I really don't want to see the moment that relationship blows up.
I know, it's going to be really, really,
That's going to be
difficult.
Really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because it's coming.
Yeah.
And, like, what is Kim, like, what is she up to?
I don't know. I mean, like, I thought you were allowed to sit in court, but I guess judges don't like that.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, they think you're up to no good or something?
I don't know. That's something that is, like... I don't even have, like, an observation about it. Like, I don't know if those two have history for some reason.
I mean, he knew who she was.
Oh, right, but, like, negative history, like... I couldn't imagine Kim having negative history with any judges. Like,
I just can't imagine her not having negative history with anyone. She just doesn't seem like the type that would just burn a bunch of bridges.
And, like, why he wouldn't allow her to observe. And, like, the fact that he told that story about the movie, like, he's like, hey, this is all bullshit. Like, this isn't how it is in the movies. We got friggin' guys pouring pee on each other. Like, this is the real world. And I'm like, she probably knows that already.
Oh, yeah, I feel like she does.
Like, so, I don't know. That whole situation kind of threw me off. I really don't have a grasp at exactly what her plan is. I don't know if I missed something. She told her assistant, like, no, we're just going to go and observe. Like, they mentioned that to each other at some point, like, if it was last episode or the one before that. So I don't know what she's up to. I don't like where her relationship is with Jimmy right now. She's got a lot of shit going on.
Yep.
So, that was a pretty rough episode. Do you have any other thoughts?
No.
You got emojis?
Yeah. Okay. Aren't you glad the emojis are back? So we have a cell phone. We'll give that for Jimmy.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm. Then we're going to give Kim a judge, which, random.
Yeah.
Random that there's an emoji for that.
I'm sure we'll see why that whole situation's playing out the way it is.
Yeah, unless somebody's talking about jury duty via text message.
Yeah.
And then for Mike, we have box.
Better stack that shit properly, yo.
No double stack.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah. So a cell phone, a judge, and a box.
All right, y'all. There are the emojis for this episode. As always, leave them down in the comments below. We absolutely love seeing them. And share your thoughts on this episode. What did you think? Where do you think everything is going? Let's hear your thoughts. We love hearing your comment. We love reading your comments. As always, like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. We'll be back later. Have a good one. Bye.